comma string. That means first argument should be string, second argument also should be string only. 1 second. Okay, so second argument also should be string only. So whatever you see last here, that is a correct format. But here the roll number is a numeric here. So what I will do, I will try to convert this roll number into string here. Okay, name is a string, so I want to convert the roll number also into a string only. Okay, now just click on apply. Now you see wherever we have null, that is replaced by roll number, but wherever we have name, that will be replaced, that will be provided as it is in the output. Okay, like that. So if null function is very important. If null function, we can use if null function for both dimensions and measures also. If null functions can be used for both dimensions and measures. So till now we have seen how to apply the if null function for dimensions. Now we will see how to apply the same if null function for measures. So just remove this. Now I'll come to measure. So marks is a measure, right? Marks is a measure. So we have two measures here. We have two measures. So we have marks 1 and marks 2. In the marks 1, wherever we have null, there we have marks 2 value. Okay. Now what is my requirement? Very simple, similar manner only. Wherever I have nulls in the marks here, I want to first requirement is I want to replace this null with 0. So forget about this marks 2. My first requirement is I want to replace this nulls with 0. That is my first requirement. So for that, what I can do, for if null function, just drag the marks here, sum of marks here, comma. Second argument is 0 we have to provide. So what it will do, wherever we have nulls in the marks, right, that will be replaced by 0. Just click on apply. Now drag the calculation one more time into the here. Now you see. So okay, I will take this into a one more format. I will try to take it in a another another calculation. Forget about rule number and numbers. Take one more calculation here, that is calculation 2. Just click on apply. Just drag it into the just double click it. Now you see, this is the calculation we just have written. So in this one, we are getting the marks as it is in the output, but wherever we have null, that is replaced by 0 here. Okay, like that. So they will ask me in the interview how we will handle the nulls in the data. How we will handle the nulls in the data. That means if you want to replace nulls with 0, right, I can use if null function. For the same purpose, I can use ZN function also here. So we have one more function in the number functions, that is called under number functions. I can see one more function which is called ZN function. So what this will do is, so this will take only one argument only here, one expression only it will take. That is Zn of, we have to provide the expression here, sum of marks. So what it will do, wherever we have nulls in the cells, right? No need to provide, you want to replace the null with 0 or some other value. No need to provide second argument here. What the Zn function will do is, it will take only one argument only, that is the expression it will take. Wherever it finds null, right, in this expression, that will be replaced by 0 automatically. That will be replaced by 0 automatically. There is no other option. For example, you want to replace null with some other different value like 10, 20, 30, like that, right? You cannot do that with the help of Zn function. So Zn function will do directly replaces the nulls with zeros directly. Just click on apply. Now you see, this is a calculation 2. Wherever we have nulls, right, this null is replaced by 0 automatically. Okay. So if you want to provide this null with some different value, right, then we have to go for if null function. Why? Because in the if null function, as a second argument, you can provide any value here. If you want to replace null with 10, right, then I can go for this if null function. So in that case, we have to go for if null function. Like, can just uncomment it. Now, if you want to replace null with 10, right, just use the 10 here. You can apply. Now you see that null will be replaced by 10 here. Okay. Now I want to replace this null with some marks 2, right? Then I can do, right, I can here use one more like marks 2 also I can use here. Just click on. Now you see it is throwing one more error here. What is that error? Cannot mix aggregate and non-aggregated values. So aggregated is sum of marks is aggregated one. First argument is aggregated. Second is not aggregated here. So you have to remove sum here. Now calculation is valid, or we have to aggregate the second measure also, like using sum function, like that. Now calculation is valid here. Just click on apply. Now you see, wherever we have null here, that will be replaced by 8, which is coming from marks 2 here. If we don't find any nulls, right, that will be given as it is in the output here. So it is also like a bit logical actually. This is a bit logical thing. So why I am saying it is logical means, so for example, you see sum of marks is already aggregated here. I'm just telling you the concept only. You can, I don't want to tell you example here. Why? Because it will take a lot of time. So marks is already aggregated. After aggregation, I'm using ZN function. But in real time, right, you can use this aggregation at row level wise also. On row level data also, you can use this ZN function. So most of the time, we'll try to use this ZN function at row level only. At row level only, we can use the ZN function most of the time. So most of the cases, the output will not be affected. Output will be same most of the cases, but in some cases, the output will change actually. Output will change. So where the output will change, I will try to tell a simple example here based on the data available. I want to do the summation of marks and marks 2. So I want to do the summation of marks 1, marks and marks 2 here. So what I will do here, I can do marks plus marks 2. I can write like this, for example. Okay, calculation is valid here. So just click on apply. Now replace the calculation 2 here, drag calculation 3 here. Now you see what is happening here. So this is a row level calculation, right? So what it will do, it will go to the each row in the database and it will try to evaluate this marks plus marks 2. Marks is a 10 here. Actually, it is an aggregated value. I have to go for the Excel file actually. So, but we have only one row of data for each and every person, right? So there is no difference here. I'll tell you how it will work. Marks is 10 here, but marks 2 is null here. So I told you already, null is nothing but like infinity. Whenever you do the summation with infinity, right? Again, we'll get infinity only in the output. Again, we'll get null only in the output here. Okay. So what I want to do here is, even though it is null, right? What I want to do is, still I want to display 10 plus null. I want to get 10 only here. So what I will do, first I will replace this null with 0. Then I want to do the summation. So first replace the null with 0 using ZN function. Maybe it is not the proper example, but let me tell you something here. Like you see, now it is getting like that 10, 40, 20 we are getting. But here we are having nulls, right? Because of that reason, null plus 8 we are getting again null only. So for this reason, we have to provide ZN here also. Just click on apply. Now you see, we are getting 10, 40, 20, 80 like that. But sometimes you may think that we are providing ZN function for both the measures, right? Then some people what they will do is in real time. Sometimes some people what they will do is, instead of providing 2 times ZN function, what they will do is, first they will do the summation of these 2 here. After that, they will provide the ZN function here. Now you'll see what will happen. Click on apply. Now you see In the output, we are getting always 0 only here. Why? Because first these two will be summed up, right? So 10 plus null again will get null only here. On top of this null, we are applying Zn function. So the Zn will make the null to 0. So in this way, we are getting 0 here. So there is a lot of difference where you apply the Zn function. You are applying at row level, or you are applying after summation, or you are applying this Zn function at row level. Like that, it will make a lot of difference. So based on the requirement, you can use it in a proper way. Okay, we have so many functions here. I simply want to mm, discuss here itself. So integer means I'll tell you. Integer means we are having str function, right? What the str function will do? Str function will convert the measures into dimensions. In opposite, integer function will convert measure dimensions into measures. Opposite way it will convert. Okay, like that. So these are the two syntaxes you can give for this integer function. You can provide either string here, or you can provide decimal number also. If you provide decimal number, right, I will tell you what it will do. For example, if the decimal number is 3.4, the decimal number. If you provide integer, right, what it will do, it will give you the integer part only in the output. Like it will give you 3 only in the output. So I can get only integer part in the output. If you provide decimal number, it will give you the integer part in the output here. Like 3 only it will give you. Like that. And floating means you already know what is the floating is similar to integer function only. But floating means it will give you, if you have 3.4, right, it will give you integer number as well as decimal numbers also in the output here, floating. So it is also used to convert strings into measures or numbers. Okay. Now, what is the use of ABS function? What the ABS function will do is, if you give ABS, let me go to Tableau. Real simple things, so I can tell you in simple manner. So if I have -3, right, for example, to drag this into text here, so I see minus symbol in the output here. So if you want to convert negative numbers into positive numbers, right, I can use ABS function, simple. It will convert negative numbers into positive numbers. Now I can see positive number only here. But you may wonder that we are giving 3 here, but we are seeing 12 here. Why? Because the -3 will be applied for each and every row. Finally, they will be summed up here. That is why we are getting 12 here. Okay, like that. Now I'll try to tell you this division function. So if you want to do the division of two numbers, right, you can go for div function. The division function you have already discussed here. I'll tell you ceiling function. Ceiling means top, right? So if you provide 3.4, right, what is the next highest integer to 3.4? 4, right? 3.4, what is the next highest integer? 4, right? So just click on apply. It will give you 4 here, but it is giving you the row level value. Summation it is giving you, as I told you initially. Just try to convert into I can use either main function, max function, anything here. So ceiling function will give you the next highest integer. For 3.4, next highest integer is 4 here. If you provide floor, so what it will do is, it will provide you the next lowest integer. For 3.4, what is the next lowest integer? 3 only. Just click on apply. I will get 3 only here, like that. Round function, I'll tell you round function 3.4 or 5, 6, 7, like that. I'm providing this one, right? So what the round function will do is, so you have to provide second argument also here. So what it will do is, number of decimals as a second argument is, okay, second argument is we have to provide number of decimals. For example, in this number, I have 4 decimals, but output I want to round it to 1 decimal only. So I can use round function. Just click on apply. You see, the 4 is rounded to next highest integer here, like 5 here, 3.5 I can see. Remaining I can see 0, 0 here. Okay. Now, if you provide 2 here, the decimals will be rounded to 2 integers. So, sorry, 2 decimals. So like in the output, I can get 4, 5. Let's just click on apply. You see, instead of 4, 5, I am getting 4, 6 here. Why? Because after 5, we have 6, right? 6 is greater than 5 means the second will be rounded to 6 here. Okay, like that. If you provide 8 here, right, then also same value. I can see 4, 6 here. Why? Because this 8 is greater than 5. So this 5 will be rounded to next highest decimal point 6, like that. That is about round function. So I can see max function, min function. Max function, min function can be used for uh, it can be used for any field. You can provide a measure as a input, dimensions as a input. You can provide date fields as also a input here. Okay. So if you provide expression, okay, let me tell you a simple things only. Let me tell you, like a max function providing sales here. Okay. So just give me a second. So I'll try to complete in a 5 minutes, within 5 minutes. Okay. So, okay, I go to my sample superstore. So max of, you can provide one argument or you can provide two arguments. For example, if you provide one argument, right? Like for example, sales, if you provide, right, what it will do is, just give me a second. Just search for sales here. Try to drag this here. I'm not sure why it is giving something. Okay, let me give this. Not sure why it is taking from the other data source actually. So here we have sales, right? Let's try to drag this sales here. Okay, sorry. So see what is the error it is giving. I'll tell you. So you see, argument to max function, that is argument to this max function is already an aggregation function. So and cannot be further aggregated. So what is the meaning of it is, sum of sales is already aggregated using sum function. You cannot aggregate this function one more time using max function. So we cannot use two aggregation functions here. We can use only one aggregation function only. So it is saying like that. So with already aggregated function cannot be aggregated further. So sales is already aggregated using sum function. So we cannot further aggregate it using max function. So what we have to do is you have to remove this sum function here. And remove this as well. Okay. Like that. Something here. Okay. But let me do one thing here. Just close one thing. Now we have only one sales. Just give me a second. Not sure why it is taking from where it is taking other thing. Okay. So just remove this sum function. Okay. Just click on apply. Now drag this calculation 3 into the text here. Sorry, okay. Just control C. Open new calculation. Control V, just apply. This is calculation 8 here. Okay. Now, if you provide only one argument to the max function, right, what it will do is Sales is a row level data, right? So max function will go to each and every row and it will try to find out what is the maximum value. So that is in one row, we have maximum value that is 22,000, like that. Okay. Like that it will do if you provide only one argument here. If you provide two arguments here, for example, if you provide sales comma profit, for example, sales comma profit, it will work in a different way actually. Just you can apply calculation 8 right here. Now you see what it will do is out of sales and profit, it will try to find out maximum value that is sales here. Okay, like that. So I don't want to discuss about this one. So here you can provide dates also. If you provide two dates, date 1 comma date 2, it will try to find out the maximum date out of the whatever date you have provided here. Okay. So we'll see bit about this bit later and clear. Similarly, min function, we have seen if null function, we have seen if function also. Okay, any questions in this topic? Anyone?